If you want to create new customer Microsoft Dynamics 365, open account receivable, customers, all customers. Here you will find in this screen all created customer before. If there's any created customers before, you can find it here in this area. If you need to create new customer, click new. If you need to filter on his current customer, you can use filter here to, for example, T like this. You have the options. You can filter on the account number, account name, invoice account. You can filter by customer group, by currency, by telephone, by extension. Also, all these advantages which you can use it to filter on a specific customer. Okay. If you want to create new customer, just click new. You'll find new screen will appear in order to enter the core details and information for the customers. Also to select the customer groups. The first option here, system asks you what is the type of customer, is person or organization. Person would mean, which means this customer is a person only, not represent for a specific organization. If organizations which has CR and the tax registration numbers and this, so you have to select organizations. Here, what is the customer name, the organization name, for example, we will enter the name, for example, ABC company, for example. While you are enter here the information for your customer, if there is any customer created before which related to these customers, you will find its related information here. So it give you advantage in order to can use the current record instead of create new one. Once you finish, click tab. Here is the most important thing to select what is the customer group is mandatory step. This customer group, for example, is domestic. What is the default currency for these customers? Is Saudi Riyal, for example. What is the terms of payments here? All these parameters is uh, a default parameter which can be selected in order to be used directly while you are making any transactions related to customers. Okay. Here you see, if you note here, sales tax group is sales is generated from the customer groups which are domestic. As you, when we created customer group domestic, we assign the default sales tax group is sales, but also here you can change it. The tax exempt number, if this customer has tax exempt number, you can use it. Also here, if any information related to the addresses, country, postal code, street number, here you can enter street number as you want, postal box, city, address book, contact information here, it's a phone, fax. For example, phone, I will enter my mobile phone, for example, 00966 5800533406. Okay, here fax or email address or extension if there's a number related to extension. Once you finish, you have two options. You have option to save, so it will close the screen, save and open, which will open to use a customer record screen in order to add. Here you see save and open. Here system can, if you need to make sales order or project quotation or sales quotation, so you can save and open in order to use. Once you need to finish, just click save. After you saved, you will note that the customer record will appear here in this screen for all created customer groups. Here for all created customer, you will find now if you close this screen, for example, you can find the customer here created in all customer screens. So if you need to edit the customer, you have to click in this number to log into the customer record. If you need to create new customer, you can click new to create new customer. If you need to edit, just click the customer. Here you will find multiple informations for the customer, which it's possible for you to enter the information that will be used as a default and help you for reports related to customers and accounts receivable. Here, if there's classification groups for customer, you can create classification groups and use it to assign to specific customer. Here also ABC code, if you need to classify the customers as ABC, you can select this customer as class A. Here number of employees organization, here CR number, organization number, which means CR number in the organization. Okay, if you need to add address, you can add address here, and if you need here to assign the address to map, also you can assign the address to the map on Google Maps. Okay, also here contact information, this is the contact information which I created it while I create the new record. If you need to add another contact information, click add here. Here for example, in this telephone, let me remove, no, this one for example, sorry, cancel. I will remove this one which I created. Here, if I need to write description for this mobile number, for example, it's for Tariq Muharram. Okay, if you need to add another telephone, you can add another phone here. What is the name and what is the number and what is the extension? If you need to add email address or URL or telefax or fax or Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, you can assign and add as you want. Also here in the miscellaneous details, here you can find information which related to statistics groups and whatever the country, region, state, and all you will find here ID number for this customer. You can select the ID number for the government. You can also put here the CR number, okay, under here miscellaneous details. Also in sales demographic, you have to select here, it will give you advantage to put the parameter here. It will be used in the transactions for all these parameters set up which related to sales and demographic also, and the credit and the collections here. You can find here credit rating, credit limit, and another setup. Sales order defaults. What is the default for sales order? If there is a charge groups, sales group, or any information which should be used while you are making a sales order to these customers. Okay. Here also payment default. You can assign the all these parameter for the payment setup, which should be used also while you are making whatever invoice or sales order to this customer. Okay, the most important to us here, the financial dimensions you can assign, for example, a specific dimensions which will be used while you are making any transaction to these customers by default. Also, you can find information related to house, invoice and delivery, transportation and retail, all these informations which can be used and give you advantage while you are making a transaction to this customer. You have not to select this option, but it's also available for editing and select another record. Once you finish, click save. Okay, so the customer is created. Also here in customer here, you can find the registration IDs if you need to create new tax registration number to customer. From customer here, registration IDs again. I will back again from the customer screen. In customer area here, there is registration IDs. Okay, click new here. What is the name or description, for example, for this registration number? For example, it will be like this. Okay, also you can assign with city and zone and the postal code. Also here you can click add, the very important here to add, okay, contact information, for example. If you need to add any contacts information related to this VAT registration, you can assign, for example, Tariq, for example. Okay, also here you can add the registration ID here. Here you can add the registration ID. What is the registration type? You have to select here, it's tax. Okay, what is the registration number for this vendor, which should be, for example, this number for the tax registration number. And here name or description, it will be, for example, VAT registration number by this, and click save. After you finish, click save and close this screen, then click save to close this screen. Once you finish, you have to close these screens and you will find the customer record is available here. If you want again to create new customers from account receivable, customers, all customers, just click new and create new one.